Good morning, guys. It's a little bit after 8 on Wednesday, May 15th, starting this vlog a day late. Yesterday was, I did work some yesterday, but I got a little bit thrown off because our regular sitter called in sick at like 5 a.m. So I didn't have time to find a replacement. I ended up just taking that opportunity to bring my brother back to the airport instead of having him take an Uber. So just didn't get much done in the way of work yesterday, aside from kind of organizing my to-do list. And if you watched last week's vlog, you'll remember that my hopes for this week and what I was planning for this week was that it would be the week that I finally got to get to all the things that were kind of like pushed down to the bottom of my to-do list. And it is looking like that's going to happen finally. So I thought I would show you guys kind of what those things are and where, how I organize them and how I decide what I'm going to tackle on what day. So I just use the reminders app that comes with all Macs. I know there are much more sophisticated ways to track, but I really like this feature that lets me drag a task onto a specific day. So that's kind of lame, but that's the main reason I've kept this one. So what I tend to do throughout the week is just like I have a dedicated work list. I have a social media list. I have a YouTube list. I have a Skillshare list, a list for things I want to mention in vlogs. I have all sorts of lists, but this is kind of like my main work list. So whenever stuff comes up that I think, oh, I need to do that, or whether it's something that's like urgent that week or something that's longer term, I'll just pop it on the list. And if I know that it's something that I want to schedule for an upcoming week, I'll just drop it onto Tuesday of the following week, because Tuesday is kind of my first day in the studio. I take Mondays off with Eric and do more like Tuesday through Saturday for my work week. So, yeah, so I had that going on for a while, and I had a bunch of stuff that I had just dropped into this list that didn't have a date on it. There were all kinds of things I knew I needed to get done. And when I knew this week was coming up, I just had put them all this week where I was probably going to hopefully be able to do more admin and, bottom of the list stuff. I was dropping them all onto Tuesday, May 14th. Yesterday I just had this giant list of stuff that needed to be done, but wasn't prioritized at all. So what I ended up doing was, sorting things. So I, kind of grouped like tasks together. So today is going to be stuff that's like mostly having to do with prints and retail. And, I'll tell you guys more about that in a second. And then tomorrow is going to be mostly about updating social media, kind of planning some content for social media and updating my portfolio. And then Fridays, some kind of odds and ends stuff. So yeah, I kind of just had this giant list and I grouped it into like tasks and put each of those tasks on a distinct day. So yesterday I was doing stuff like, the stuff I really didn't want to do, but they needed to get done. So I finally got a business insurance policy. So I was finalizing that. I had set up a dedicated checking account. I was setting that up and then trying to connect all the different online merchants like PayPal and Stripe and the different places that would collect, where clients could pay or that would collect money if people are buying stuff for retail, getting all of those connected to the bank account. So that was kind of what I was doing yesterday. Anyway, the update is, I don't have a concrete date on this or anything yet, but the update is that my shop is going to be reopening. My Etsy shop has been closed since December. I have sold some originals here and there, but mostly my retail presence has just been kind of on hiatus since just after Christmas time. So the plan is that I have a friend back in Massachusetts who is going to run the shop for me. And my shop presence isn't huge. It's not like a super, super busy Etsy shop. So it is something that she is willing to do, which just gives me the ability to not have to think about it each week, which is fantastic. So I knew that if it was going to be down to me, if it was going to be up to me to keep the shop up and running, that it probably wasn't going to happen. Probably wasn't going to get relaunched anytime this year because the next few months are pretty busy, and then the baby's born, and then yeah, so this is pretty exciting. And basically the plan is that I'm going to pack up a bunch of, I'm still going to produce the prints. So the overall change, I think, would be that, like, in the past, people have been able to just be like, hey, can you make this print for me? Can you make that print for me? And I could just run off prints because I did them on demand. But at this point, I'm just going to basically create a stock list, and I'll send her a set number of prints. So she'll have the 5x7s, 8x10s, some stickers, some new products. And I'll send those all to her like every month. And she'll be the one who fulfills the orders, who puts together the orders and ships them and packs them and answers Etsy messages and all of that. So today, what I have to do is start getting all of that together. So figure out what the inventory is going to be, and start packing it up to send to her. So yeah, that's what we're going to work on. It's a couple hours later, a few hours later actually, just before 12. I'm right about to head down and relieve the babysitter. Had several big curveballs. The first is that my printer has finally died. So I am going to have to very quickly order the new printer. I think I already have the one that I want picked out. So I initially was planning on running off a bunch of prints today and getting those ready to send to Bethany along with the other stuff. But at this point, I think I'm not going to be able to do that. So, well, I know I'm not going to be able to do that because the printer's broken. So, I have to, am I in focus? Hope so. Have to do that, definitely this week, potentially today. And I also just, like, this was the kind of, not really a curveball, but just a reminder that whenever I'm doing something totally new and kind of restructuring something, it takes way longer than I thought. So I had some other things to do today. Like I also wanted to put together a couple of thank you packages of like prints and stickers and stuff for some recent really big clients. So I thought I would be able to finish that up. I just kind of picked out a few initial things. I still need to add some more stuff to them and then like put them all together and write the thank you notes and do all that. And then, yeah, the Etsy, getting ready for Etsy is in process. The relaunch is in process, but it's not, I still have several, many other things to do. So yeah, I have kind of just a pile of the stuff. What time is it? Let me just show you this really quick. A pile of stuff that I'll be, sending to Bethany. I hope this is in focus. I just hit a button and I'm not sure what's happening. Yes, so these are different like sticker and postcard sets. These are some prints, some 5x7s and some 8x10s, stickers, packaging materials. And I have a bunch of stuff that I'm gonna have to order for her as well. I'm also trying to make the transition. Been using lots of packaging materials that I had bought in bulk for a while ago. And now I want to make the transition to hopefully more like compostable, recyclable stuff. So have to look into that as well. So that's kind of where we are for today. Penny's going to go down for a nap and then she and I will go to the gym after that. So I'll probably do some stuff on the computer, some correspondence, bookkeeping type stuff while she's napping. So I don't know if I'll vlog anymore today, but I will see you guys tomorrow.
Protect the path, bring us safely to the void. Oh, Apollo, bless that mysterious wrath of worlds untold, our fog destroyed. Defender of the young, expel the veil. as children flee to fields unknown. Oh, Apollo, bless their wandering trail to their Hyperborean home. Peering through the porthole glass, awful witness, silent craft, lone and near yet worlds apart, glorious steps, glorious heart. Healer of the plague.
Hey guys, it is Friday morning, which means I didn't get any footage yesterday. I didn't vlog at all yesterday. I thought about it, but it was basically just, well, why didn't I vlog? I don't know. It didn't happen. But what I was working on, I can tell you what I was working on and show you a little bit of what I was working on. I was still just kind of picking away at that to-do list that I showed you at the beginning of the week. I ended up doing quite a bit of prep for handing off my Etsy shop to my friend who's going to be running it. So I kind of sorted all the different products and I filmed a little video for her, just talking her through what they were and how they each get packaged. And I did quite a bit of research into recyclable packaging and packaging that was made from 100% recycled materials and compostable stuff and all of that. And I found a supplier and placed an order. And I also ordered a couple of other random things for her on Amazon. So I was kind of like getting all of that together because my hope is to get it sent off to her next week. And then, yeah, hopefully having a kind of soft launch of the Etsy shop, of the online shop, sometime in early June. And initially it will just be kind of the remaining stock of stuff that I have had already. And there will only be a few prints available. I think that this got mentioned on Tuesday, but my printer died. Or at least the fine art function of printing on my printer stopped working. And I think it's just because, well, who knows? I don't know enough about printers to know why it is. But anyway, that happened. So I won't be able to be creating new prints when I send out this initial shipment to her. So yeah, initially I think there'll only be like 6 or 7 prints, just like in total, not like 6 or 7 different varieties, but 6 or 7 different prints available. Then there'll be some note card sets, some stickers, some 5x7 fine art prints as well. So yeah, that I was kind of wrapping my brain around. There's still a few more things I have to do with respect to that. Like I have to probably film another video to show her how to use the shipping console. And then the other thing I was doing, yesterday was thinking through kind of new products and upcoming products. And one of the things I have been wanting to do for a while, and I've decided to do it for my patrons first, for my patrons who do the surprise packs, I am creating a sticker sheet. So I can just show you. So I had some of the Inktober images, and this was what I had for the sheet initially. The company that I'm working through, they had either 4x6 or 8x10 sheets. And for patrons, I really have to keep things under 5x7 in order to not have to charge additional for shipping outside of the country. So as soon as I go up over 5x7, I'd have to start charging additional amounts to cover shipping. So I try to keep everything something that would fit inside a 5x7 envelope. So I had to go with the smaller size, but still this will be like an actual sticker sheet, which is pretty cool. And I'm doing a higher end one. So they'll be the kind of, well, the same as this sort of sticker, where it's like vinyl and really sturdy, and you can put it on your water bottle, run it through the dishwasher, put it on your bike, whatever. Like they can take a lot of wear and tear. So initially I had this one and I was happy with the layout because they would each be about an inch, but then the design team had to make them smaller in order to have enough room for the cuts. So I opted to go with this one, and this way they'll each be a bit more than an inch, I think. I wanted them to be a pretty good size. Yeah, and that will be in the June surprise packs. So, and I'll also probably be making a custom 5x7 print that will go in there as well. So spent a bit of time on that yesterday too. And then also just kind of doing some planning for Patreon. You guys will know since you already saw last week's vlog, and I think I will have posted a dedicated video about this earlier this week. But yeah, I'm doing this push to increase the smaller pledges, the $1, $5 pledges on Patreon. So I still don't know how it's going because today is the first day. And my video just published like a couple of minutes ago. So I wanted to be able to give you guys an update, but I don't see how I can do it in the video. So I think what I'll do is I'll just put an update in the description box as to how that challenge is going. Yeah, and then I think that's pretty much been it. So you guys saw the to-do list that I had this week. It was pretty long. I've gotten most of the things that I hoped to get done. But I do still have some things that got bumped to next week. So some of those are like getting the thank you packs for my clients all packed up. I kind of have them like set aside and the things that I want to include in them set aside, but I was hoping to get them actually put together so they'd just be ready to go. And I still need to do that next week. So I'll do that at the same time as I pack up all the Etsy shop stuff for Bethany. And then I had really been hoping to work on some paintings this week. I didn't get a ton of time to do that, but I did get some. So I don't know whether Meg will cut it in as I'm talking right now or whether she will have cut it in before this. But those pieces that I have been working on are just for my Then and Now series. So I have 4 more pieces, including the ones that you saw me working on, that I want to finish up for that series. And then I'm going to be kind of starting to think about, well, I'm already starting to think about my next personal project, my next self-initiated project. But once I'm done with Then and Now, then I will kind of like push harder on that and try to really get moving with that. So I think Meg will also, maybe right here or maybe in another spot, she'll cut in some footage of a patron of the month that I had wanted to include in last week's vlog but didn't get a chance to. So yeah, you may be seeing that now. I wanted to do a Patreon shout out, just a general shout out to all of my patrons, and then a special hello to the first new patron of May, Ann Kinsey. So thank you so much for joining and supporting Ann. I have a new patron of the month, and I wanted to show you guys her work. Her name is Ella Kiefhaber. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. She makes these incredible little dolls. Well, they're like mini sculptures, really. And I think she uses polymer clay. Like, look at this one. This is, wow, so tiny and incredible. Yeah, so you can follow her. She is at Ella Kiefhaber on Instagram. I will have a link to her stuff in the description box. And I'm also going to include a link to her work and of course to Guna's work, because Guna was the last patron of the month. So extra thank you to Ella, and thank you to all of my patrons and to everybody who has been participating in this challenge and trying to get us up to that more stable level of monthly support. So thank you so much. And another special thanks to everybody who's been sharing about it. That really, really helps. And as does just sharing any of the videos that you like from my channel. So that is it. I'm trying to think if there is anything else I wanted to say in this week's vlog. Yeah, I don't know. I will maybe try to do a vlog next week. If I don't do a vlog next week, then I'll try to do maybe like a time lapse or something. It's been a while since we've done one of those. So, all right. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.
Oh, Apollo, bless their wandering trail to their Hyperborean